Welcome back. Let's try again, second time round, right? Jeepers. So, how is everyone? Did you see my mighty Monday? Not so mighty. So frustrating. So, Tim's taught, sorry about all the layers, I'm like an onion. I'm freezing. And if you can hear a little buzz, it is my little heater. Hi Toni, hi sweetheart, I hope you're well, Michaela. If Tim's giving me a little bit of a technique on if the internet drops out on what to do. So if you feel like things are going a little bit south, I will try and recover. But I think we're good. Look at all the layers here. I am cold. It is so cold, isn't it, everyone? Are we all okay? Right, so what have we got to talk about? It's Monday evening. In relation to Mighty Monday, that was the first one. You know what it's like. Although I'd like to say we had technical issues on our Black Friday deals because it was chaos in the internet, but then it's happened again today. So anything could happen. Let's just see what happens and we'll play it by ear from there. What we didn't finish in Mighty Monday we'll pick up next week. So if you're brand new to our channel, my name is Toni Darroch. This is the How to Craft Network. And we do lots of hours here in our studio, and this evening is our craft and chat. So I answer any questions. We try and get in a little bit of craft. Sometimes we've got new products, sometimes we touch on older products, sometimes we do a new technique. But today we launched Mighty Monday, which is at 1 PM through the day on a Monday. And it's going to be a more in-depth sort of like class in relation to techniques, how to create albums, a little bit of painting and things like that. Today's didn't quite go to plan, but it won't be like that every week. So I'm quite positive about it all. And I was having a great time until it just went, see you later. So you know what it's like, guys. It's a nightmare. So all of the products I have linked to the show. Here we go. This is what we were using in Mighty Monday. And as you can see at the top there, we've got our lamination stamp, the bells and the die. That's the one I'm going to use in studio today. Now it's meant to be a £30 stamp and die. I've put it on at 12. If you haven't got this and like what I'm going to do with it, then it is available on screen for you there. Some of you may have it, and if you do have it, guess what? It's a revisit of some of our earlier designs that we can play around with. So I'm not sure if the whole show from Mighty Monday at 1 o'clock today disappeared completely. I haven't had a chance to look, but you know, it was going well. I adore this channel. Oh, I learned so much, thank you. That's so nice. What a nice thing to say. I tell you, I have met myself coming backwards today. Honestly, I have. And I was having so much fun in my Mighty Monday because I was like, now it's my time to just sit and chill out and breathe. And I think I got 25 minutes, 30 minutes with you all, not very long at all. But so this evening, if you have any questions, the rules are, it's not rules really, but it just helps me out just monitoring the questions. If you just say Q, 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 I will try and catch the questions. I always do a winner for a voucher, and I always do winners for people who comment under the videos when I've gone off air. So if we can share this evening's show, that would be incredible. It's really cold outside. I don't think many people will be out and about this evening. We have a yellow weather warning, so if you're home and cozy and you're watching the show, thank you so much. And if you do have crafty groups or anywhere where you know someone would appreciate a smiley face and some demos, then please share the love of craft as always. So let's do a little bit of a shout out, and then I am going to use the magic of Christmas stamp because we're running out of time for Christmas, guys. And it's 12 quid, and you get the coordinating dies as well. So I'm going to use this one today, and I haven't touched on it myself in a long time. So when Becky said there's still a few of those left, you might want to use that, I was like, right, let's do it. So Christmas, here it comes. So we have Carla, Chrissy, Bernadette, Karen, Sue Foster, Sarah Hickman, Julie Barlow, Audrey Irvine, Maureen Pollard. And then I've got Facebook comments. It's 67 degrees Fahrenheit. I can only just catch the name of that, but let's have a look. Oh, says Beth Bill. I hope you're well. It's 67 degrees in North Carolina. Jeepers. So we always like to know where you are in the world, what you're having for your tea, what's everyone having today. Fish finger butties for me today. Fish finger Monday. Fish finger butties today. We've had a lovely weekend of lovely food, and I feel like we could just have a little bit of a cheap meal tonight. So we're going to have fish finger butties tonight, which is nice, right? Yes, we like fish finger butties. Christmas should last longer, says Simon. Simon's been here with me all day today, helping getting the orders out the door. Now, in relation to a couple of updates, let's talk about the week ahead. So Wednesday we have Deal Hunters. If you missed our Black Friday deals, you might want to go and watch that show. There's still quite a bit left. I loaded loads, so there's a lot of that left still if you want to have a look at that one. I'm going to leave the deals on until Wednesday. We have we have Deal Hunters on Wednesday at 1 o'clock, and then on Friday we have our brand new one-day special as well. Oh, and on Wednesday I have a Facebook Live with Janice from Create and Craft, and I think it's just a general chit chat about moving forwards in the craft world, how we both are, and a question and answer sessions on Janice's Facebook page on Create and Craft. So if you want to go and follow Janice, you'll see that we're live. She's just going to bring me in on Facebook, and we're just going to have a crafty chat for half an hour, or I don't even know how long. There's a few people on the chat, so come and say hello, and let them know your thoughts, you know, has it affected you, creating craft, all that sort of stuff. So come and say hello. So Karen says, I may have fish fingers too. Tomato sauce, 2 bread, 4 fish fingers because I'm greedy. Oh, Sue says Midlands fish cake and chips. Sounds like a plan. Then we've got Celia Jane, cheese and onion sausage rolls and chips. Celia, I don't know if you know this, but my mum's not here any longer, but before she passed, she loved to cook pastries and things like that, and her all-time favourite was 2 things: cheese and onion sausage rolls. She was the queen at those, and she also used to do cheese scones, and they were delicious. You know, you could just put some butter on, they were incredible. So I'm with you on that one, absolutely with you on that one. And Maureen says corned beef tonight, no tomato sauce, says Elaine, has to be mayo. Not sure. I follow Janice, says Bernadette. So any questions, give me a shout. Now, although this is a lamination stamp, guys, although it's a lamination stamp, I thought, do you know what, we'll step away from the lamination. You all know how it works. We get that watercolour feel, right? You can tell this is one of our earlier designs. It's one of my lovely poppy packaging. I started out with a poppy packaging, and you see the lamination system across the back and the dies. But I thought, do you know what, let's just use the stamp and let's dig out our pens, because we haven't done that in a while, right? We've all got those fancy pens, so let's do that. So I pull out the stamp. It's been a while since I've had this out. And then you get your dies in there too, and the dies go around the words and the stamp as well. So Carla says turkey chili and cornbread for us tonight. Is cornbread just bread, Carla? Is cornbread just bread? Why is it called cornbread? Is it something fancy? Turkey chili and cornbread. Interesting. I better just check this text message, because it's from my graphic designer, and I asked her to text me when she was home safe. So I just need to make sure she's home safe. I hope you don't mind. I'm just going to reply saying great, well done. Due to the yellow weather warning. And she's on her own in the car, and it's dark outside. I was like, please text me when you get home. So at least I know she's home safe now. Sorry about that, guys. Good evening, Tony, says Janice. Kathy at Acevedo. The bells are cute. Great. They're so cute. So let's just get some white card going on, hey? Because we all like a bit of white card. And then we'll make a cute card. Why not? Do you know what? I have my little card blanks and envelopes from my kit, so we could use those, guys. Let me just get down here and see what's going on down here, because I've got a lot of stuff down here. Do you know what, I might use a green one because it's Christmas, one of our teal ones. Let's get our cutter. So this is what we started in Mighty Monday, guys. We started this album with all the pages, but I got stopped at this page. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick this up next Monday. So come and join us on Mighty Mondays, because we're going to have such fun being creative I promise you. Right, I'm going to do it on a green card, but let's do the decorative side of it first. Now I feel like we should paint and colour with our markers because you can do both. So let's grab some white card here. Chicken fajitas for Sue. Deborah, hi from Michigan. Hi sweetheart, I hope you're well. Nancy says, does anybody keep glitching or is it just me? I think we're all right at the moment. I'm not saying much about it. I don't want to get jinxed. So piece of white card. Let's stamp the bells. Glad she's got home safe, says Beth. So Phoebe is my graphic designer, and I said it today, but just so you're, this is Phoebe got married last weekend, 2 weeks ago actually, and these were her table settings with the reds and the blues, and she said, oh, I'm going to bring one in for your studio, it'll be fantastic. So she's gifted me this, so I've popped it here because it matches just beautifully. Look at that, so nice, right? Get that little bit of orange in there. So that's going to stay there. So that's from Phoebe's wedding, which is nice, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the bells and I'm going to stamp it up in this top corner here in black. Oh, it helps if I get on camera, doesn't it? Do you think it might be the weather, guys? I don't know. I'm going to stick with it. So I'm going to stamp it in black. If you've got this stamp, get it dug out because we're going to do a bit of colouring. Show you a bit of a colouring hack on how to get the light on the bell. Oh, so I was just going to talk about the week ahead, which I did, didn't I? But I do need to tell you about orders and things. So the refills are sold out as predicted. And Becky has had the calls, and Becky has been advising everybody to click that notify me button, which is fantastic. So until we've got all the orders out the door, we're not going to know if we've got any left, because sometimes orders don't go quite through, we get some bounce backs, etc. So we're encouraging everybody to click the notify me button. So if you see of anybody saying I missed out, click that notify me button and then you'll be able to get notified if we load any more. So stamp the bells. Do you know what? I think I'm going to stamp it twice because I think I'm going to 3D the leaves just to be a little bit different, you know. So let's just grab another bit of card here, because I just want to show you that although it is a lamination, we don't have to use it in lamination form, remember, right? It's still a stamp. So let's put this one on here and stamp it again. Perfect for studio, they totally are. So I'm going to stamp this one as well. So that's the refill. In relation to the old 25-day calendar, that's been dispatched. The refills have been dispatched, and now we are working on the brand new one to get out the door this week. Okay, so you might get them in 2 parcels, but I just needed to get those other ones out the door, particularly for our USA ladies, because it was a 25 one which started on the 1st of December, and I was getting a little bit panicky thinking people are not going to get them in time for the 1st of December, but they're out, so hopefully in plenty of time you're all going to get them. Becky's worked incredibly hard along with Simon today to do that, so I'm really happy with that. So that's nice, isn't it? Right, so let's get this off here. Oh, Marilyn's friend's in hospital after a fall. Oh, that's not very good. Why do things always happen? It always seems like things happen this time of the year, at the time when people need people the most. Does anybody else think that? Right, so I have my stamp here, and I have, just reach it. Oh, I have my alcohol markers here, look, a whole bunch of them in my basket. So I thought when I popped home, I thought I'll write them down. Y41. Let's have a look at this one. That's also a very nice, and this one is YR34. Could possibly do with one more. Look at that, 3 shades of yellow like that. It's very good. just off, straight off. And this one's YR142, so I've got 3 colours there. So that's going to be for my bell. And then we need some green. I don't know why, but I love colouring the green, you know. Nice green, we'll start with that one. Green, Golf Yankee 59. Hopefully you've got some colouring markers or pencils. Dig deep in that basket. That's a bit dark, but I'm going to try and get an in between. This one's G54. Let's try and get an in between. Try this one. This one's going to be quite yellow, I think. Yeah, I thought so. Like a lime yellow. That's not very good. All the greens are at the bottom. Typical, right? Let's try this one. Not much different, that one. So if we can share, oh there we go, so I've got a light, a medium and a dark. Let's go with that. So let's get rid of these for now. So let's first of all colour our bell. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to colour the bell in alcohol markers, but what we'll do is we'll add some gold shimmery paint down one side of the bell to give it that like sexy feel. Yeah. Is there such a thing as a sexy bell? I'm not sure, but I'm going with it. So what I'm going to do, I'll do one bell at a time. So I'm going to go with the lightest colour first, swatch it off. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to go into this bell here, colour it all over. Now when you're using alcohol markers, you need to make sure you use the correct ink. Okay, because if you don't, what will happen is the ink that you stamped in will bleed and it'll not have a good look at all. So make sure you use a colouring and alcohol marker, so it's a hybrid, it does both. These are on the website, but make sure you use opposites. So if you're using like alcohol markers, I think you need to use a pigment ink. So Cindy says, colouring is difficult for me. I don't know how to shade correctly. I order the pre-shaded paper from you. Oh, bless you. I think once you've done it a couple of times, you're never going to be a fantastic colourist with just touching the pens a few times. You need to sort of like keep up momentum with them. But I always pick 3 colours. This is the way that I do it to keep it super simple. 3 colours, no more, too overwhelming, okay? And then what I sort of like do is I do a base colour in the lightest one. So cover the whole thing in the lightest colour. And then in the second one, think about where do you want your shading to be? So where do you want the light to come from on this bell? Do you want the light to come from the top? If so, the light comes from the top, then the centre of these 2 bells would be light in the centre if it comes from the top, okay? But if the light came from this side, the side of this bell would be light and this one would be light. Or if it came from this way, this side would be light and this side of the bell would be light. So let's keep it super simple, okay? Let's do the light from here as if the light's coming from my right hand side here. So always think about the light. So I need this to stay light on this side, okay? That's how I look at it. So all I'm going to do is this second colour, I'm going to colour, but I'm only going to colour, say, 3/4 of the way. I'm going to leave that side light, okay? So let's colour the whole of this side. Now there's probably a technical way of doing this, I don't know. This is the way that I do it. I try and break things down and make things super easy for me. And if this is helpful to you, then brilliant. So I like to just add the second layer like so. Now if you're getting lines, be patient, because these have alcohol in them. The alcohol has to evaporate out of the paper, and you'll probably see as the alcohol evaporates, it'll probably disappear. If you've still got little lines, you can just go back over with it. You can go back over with it, and it'll disperse those lines. Another cool technique for you as well is, if you are sort of colouring, don't colour onto a glass mat, because what will happen is the ink comes through your card. It's coming through there. It'll come through the card and puddle at the back, causing more lines. Okay, so always have a piece of paper underneath, because the glass mat is not absorbent, so it'll just sit, whereas the paper underneath will pull it through and give you a nice even finish as well. Okay, so all I'm going to do is I'm just going to go back over it again, because just to get rid of those lines and make it nice. Like so. Now watch what happens here. What lady did ask me that question actually? Cindy. Now watch what happens. I've got sort of like a light, haven't I? And then I've got this quite dark, so it jumps quite a lot. So let's go back to our light colour here. And let's sort of blend these two together just a little bit. So all I'm going to do with the lighter colour is I'm just going to go over the line where we did the two different colours, like so. And I'm just going to pull that colour out a little bit. Sort of like smudge it together. And can you see how it's sort of like changing the colour of that there? Can you see? So if you can do it in circle motions. Just watch the magic happen. As the alcohol starts to evaporate, it sort of disperses. It is so cool. You just need to have a bit of patience with it, I guess. So I'm just going to leave that as is now, because I'm just going to let it do work its magic. So what we'll do is we'll do a darker side to this bell as well. So let's go to our dark colour. Karen, do you put a piece of paper underneath so the ink doesn't flood? I do, because as you can see it's coming through, and if it's got nowhere to go, it'll just keep coming back to the surface. So always put a piece of paper underneath. So then the darker colour, I'm just, because obviously my light's coming from here, remember? So I'm going to go dark here, around here. And I'm only going to probably go, say, to about here. See how I've got that straight line? What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get that line straight parallel with that other line, so the light does look like it's reflecting. And then we'll go back to our middle tone, and then we'll blend these two. Can you see? And then I'll get my lighter one again, and we'll just blend that out and just smoothen it out a little bit. And then just give the bell the opportunity to drink that ink and absorb that alcohol. Now you can see there's a little bit of a halo in there. I'm not liking that at all. It does actually look like a rusty bell. So you could keep playing and playing and playing. Or you could just go back to the middle colour. The lady who's just asked there is this the lightest colour? The lady that just asked there if I had done an art degree, I haven't. I've just learned all of this from my lovely crafty friends who are on these pages. And we've just all learnt together, really. No, that's the only way I can tell you. So you can see here. And then we'll probably, I think this bit of the bell needs to be a bit darker, so I won't blend that out as much. So maybe just edge. Like so. So I'm just going to give the alcohol ink chance to evaporate. Let's do this base. So let's just do it in our... Oh, I already coloured it in the light colour, didn't I? So let's do the base. Now underneath would be quite dark, wouldn't it? it be quite dark because it's underneath and my light's coming from this side a little bit, so it might catch a little bit here, a bit lighter, but the rest of it is going to be quite dark. So let's go to our middle colour. Like so, and then I'm just going to take the lighter one again and just sort of blend that out a little bit. And then pretty much the dark colour. And the dark, it would be pretty much dark all over. Definitely underneath that rim it'd be dark, wouldn't it, like there? And it probably would be even darker. If I had a darker one, I would probably go a little stage darker too to get that dark under there. And I'd probably add another. You see how my line disappeared because the alcohol evaporated? Just keeps disappearing. But you can see you've sort of like got a gradient there with your colour, so it's sort of like keep playing, keep playing, keep playing, keep playing. Do you want me to do the other bell, or do you want me to move on to the green? Should I do this one as well? Tell me whether you want me to do this one as well. It'll be available, Kathy, on Wednesday. Don't worry, darling. It'll be available. We've got plenty. I would suggest. Do you want me to colour this one as well, or shall we move on to the green on here? Because I'm going to cut the green out and 3D it on top. But do you think we should do this? Green. Move on to green. Okay. So I think you get the idea. But what's special about this, guys, is that I'm going to show you. Oh, move on to the green. What's special about this, guys, is if you have some watercolours with a bit of sparkle, there's a few on our website, mushroom, golden, the sunset, you can paint a hue of gold on the side where the light's coming in, and it looks like the light's just bouncing on this sparkle. And we will do that actually. So let's move on to the green. We'll save this one for now. We'll come back to it. Let's do the green. I love colouring green. Green, green, green. It's my thing is green. So again, so you get your 3 colours, a light, a mid and a dark. Get them in order. I'm going to do some colouring classes in our Mighty Mondays as well. Not that I am the absolute pro, but I do have a few little techniques that can help you a little bit, I guess. So let's do this leaf up here in all a light green, okay? So all light. I'm not too precious about if I go over the edges because I'm going to cut this out. So that's all green. Let's do no, we'll come back. We'll do them in stages. You're very welcome, Kathy. So that's that one. And then let's do the middle one. So I'm going to go, I want the leaves to work with my bell, remember. You see how this is sort of softening now? How cool is that? So I want my leaves to be the same. So the light is coming from this side, remember. You need to keep your light coming from the same side if you're doing an image, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep sort of like this area a little bit lighter and this side darker. So all I'm going to do, it's quite dark is this one, but it's okay, is I'm going to go down the centre, down to the tip. And you don't have to be really good at it. And then I think this side is going to have to be all green because my light's coming from this side, remember. And then we'll leave this little part here in the light, and then we'll go back to our light and we'll sort of like drag it out. And sometimes if you come to sort of blend it out and you're thinking, do you know, I'm really struggling to drag that colour out, maybe you've stepped up too much with the green, it's too dark to pull it through, if that makes any sense at all. So so can we instantly see there, we have like a little bit of a light part. Just keep messing around with it. like so. Super easy, right, so far? Nancy, the pens are coming back. Yeah, I need to I've changed the packaging and things like that, but yes, they are. So darker green this time. So this time I'm just going to do the darker green on this side of the, because there's a line in there, the stamped line. So I have light, medium, and then we're going to go dark, okay? See that there? And then if you want to, you don't have to, but if you want to go back to your middle colour and sort of blend those two together, you totally can. And then go back to your light colour and blend those two. I think the key to colouring is just know where your light comes from. Yeah, so how do we think? Do we think, am I making it look easy? Right, so let's do the other one. So light all over. So you only need 3 colours. Pick a simple image that only requires like 2 colours. So the bell requires the yellows and the green leaves. Yes, I know it's got a cherry. I know it's got a berry on there as well. Or, you know, don't pick something that's going to require lots of colouring, because it probably will overwhelm you. So now with this one, so my light, as you can see, my light's coming from the side here. So the light from this side here is probably going to catch sort of like here a little bit, isn't it? So my darker bit needs to be at the top. So let's see where that's going to take us. So this bit's going to be darker. Is that the darker one? No. And then this bit's definitely going to be dark. I think the light would catch maybe that'd be a bit more darker up there. I think let's leave it at that for now. And then go back to the light colour and let's blend out this one. Like so. And then we'll go to our darkest, which is this one. And we'll just make it a little bit darker down here. And then back to mid. I mean, you don't have to go back, I guess. I don't think. And then back to the light. So you can see we've got a little bit of a harsh line there, so I'm just going to try and drag that out a little bit more. There we go. What do we think to that? So Cindy's put, thanks for an explanation of the process. You're very welcome. I mean, I'm no expert, Cindy, but sometimes when things are broken down, it's a little bit easier, isn't it, sweetheart? So I'm going to leave my green leaves there. I'm going to let's do the red berry. If I've got a red in here, I have. So let's go light and a dark. So I'm going to do just 2 colours for this one because, oh mind you, I do have a dark red as well. Are you okay? So let's do the red. So red all over. paper, not much. And then we'll just add a little bit of a halo around there, because my light is coming from the right, remember. And go back to the light. Now we've got a nice little red berry. So let's cut this one out. So I'm just going to cut the leaves out of here, super quick. Now you do have the die for this, but unfortunately my die cutting machine is not in this room. So let's get rid of that for now. So very quickly I'm just going to sort of like do my own thing. Cut it out. I do love colouring, you know. Oh, we're getting back into it, guys, aren't we? We're getting back into it, which is nice. And then once you've done it sort of this way, what's also cool to have in your stash is a white gel pen. Okay, so white gel pens give you another touch of light on your projects. Just a little white line or a little white halo can really enhance your work. And I'll show you that in a second. So I'm going to add a little highlight to that little berry. And you watch how instantly my artwork is lifted from, yeah, it looks okay, and yeah, I would be absolutely happy with that. But just by adding a little white line or a little halo, how different it looks. I'm not going to go too close to that because I want to keep it all connected if I can. So I'm going to leave that little bit of white for now. So you'll have your dies and you can just die cut the whole thing and then just cut away the bells. That'll be easier for you. But I'm just going with what I have. Well, Mighty Mondays is going to be the place for everyone to practice things that they wouldn't normally do, okay? So here we have our lovely leaves here. And let's just see if I've got my gel pen. And then all you do here is you add, so remember our light's coming from this side. Look, it's just a line, guys, but it works. And also I'm going to add a little white line here on all of my little white areas, or light areas, not my white areas, my light areas. Not sure if you can see that, but it's there. Honestly, it makes such a difference. So I'm just gonna... Okay, so let's just go back and very quickly colour this other bell, and then I'm going to show you how to add that shimmer with a bit of paint, because this is our card, so you can see how wonderful it's going to be when we've done. So let's just do this bell real quick. Let's just get our 3 bell colours. So super light one all over first. So if you're watching or you're colouring along, we're going to colour the whole bell in the lightest colour first. And remember, our light is coming from the right. So do the top first. Then the next colour, and we're going to go halfway in. About here. And back to the light one. Just to soften that line. Back to the dark. So now I'm going real dark. back from that one to the middle. And blend these two. Back from this one to this one. Oh, that was the wrong colour. That was the wrong colour I used there, so I'm going to try and save that. There we go. Might have to do that dark one again. So you can see how the light's sort of coming across there. So let's do the bottom part here. And then we'll go back to lights and blend that out into the darkest. Doing this speeding out, and then the dark bit would be right under the bell as well, wouldn't it? Because that there would be a shadow underneath that little lip regardless. Back to that one to blend, and then back to our light. And then sort of like I need to do our little things inside there, so I'm just going to go straight in with the dark on this one, and then we'll highlight it with our gel pen. Like so. I've still got a bit of a harsh line there, so I'm just going to get my light, try and blend that out a little bit more. Let's see what happens. Right, let's get the lids on these and let's get our card made. I would say if you've got the colours out, do a whole bunch of cards colouring, and then you can mat and layer them. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, with my light green now, because you're going to see underneath here, I'm just going to colour these in a light green, because I don't want you to see a plain image underneath. I'm not colouring the whole thing, just in a light green. So that one. Just so it's not ugly when you see it underneath. And then what we'll do is we will take our sparkly paint. Before we do that though, let's just add a halo to this. Let's get our sparkly paint. My leaves are so pretty. I do like green. I do like green. Right, let's just get a little brush. And what we're going to do is we're going to mix some of this gold. Test it on here first. As you can see, it's like, so all we're going to do is we're going to add a small amount to one side, and then just a little bit. It looks overwhelming at the moment, and then I'm just going to take some water and I'm going to drag it across to cover my whole alcohol colour in there. And I'll hold it up and show you in a second. So then again, I'm going to do a thin layer of gold down the side, like so. Get some gold on there, Toni. And then I'm going to take a wet brush. I'm just going to drag the gold across the whole bell. And I'll I'll wait till it dries before I show you it, okay? And then you'll be able to see how wonderful it is. Let it just dry, let it do its magic. Like so. And then I'm going to get a sentiment from the set. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Everywhere you go. I'm not showing you the golden. Oh, too late. Look, guys, we now have sparkly bells on top of our lovely shaded. Okay. I'm going to cut this down. Before I do that, though, I'm going to blow my nose. So just to get this as straight as you can. In fact, I might move it up a little bit and make a smaller card. Pop it in my guillotine. Oh, just caught the edge of my sentiment there. Oh no, I haven't. That was lucky, wasn't it? Like so. And then we need to just get our tape pen or a 3D foam pad. I have to say that's quite cute, don't we think? And then I'll probably mat it onto a black card or maybe cut a nice teal card out and pop it onto there. What do we all think? That is a nice sparkly bell, look at that. Woo! And you get that shadow as you get that light just popping across, giving you that lovely sort of reflective light on there. How cool is that? Super easy, right guys? Come on, lovely. I'm glad you liked that. That is a stunning. We'll try and make that Christmas card, says Michelle. That's wonderful. Gorgeous, beautiful. Give it a try, guys. Don't forget to post your makes in our Eureka fan page. So shall we see if we've got a winner? If you've been sharing, thank you so much. That's really kind. And I encourage you to get out your older stamps and pick up maybe some alcohol pens or whatever you've got in your stash. Pens, pencils. It's brilliant for mindfulness as well. So let's see if we've got a winner. Right, so we have a winner this evening. So the lovely winner this evening needs to just message me at info@stampsbyme or on my personal page and let me know that you won this evening's voucher and I'll send you a code. And the winner is Sid Domer. Sid Domer? you are the winner of this evening's giveaway. Thank you so much for tuning in, and well done and congratulations. You can spend it how you want. You don't have to spend something to get the voucher. You can just save it for a special occasion, or spend it or add it to whatever you want to do. So there we go. That's the end of today's. Do you know what? I feel like you didn't ask me many questions this evening. So I must be doing something right. Not 1,001 questions tonight, which was wonderful. Now, don't forget the week ahead, Wednesday, Deal Hunters, 1 o'clock with Janice at, I think it's 6 or 7 p.m. on Wednesday night. 1 o'clock Friday for our one-day special. And then we are back into our Mighty Mondays. I can't wait to pick that album back up. It killed me not finishing it this afternoon. So whatever you're doing, have a wonderful evening. Stay safe, stay cozy, look after one another, and I will catch you all throughout this week. And my fashion brand has just launched its incredible party season collection. So I'm now going to step out of craft, step into that, and then I'm going to go home and celebrate with fish finger sandwiches. So whatever you're doing, make sure you have a lovely evening too. Karen, just caught that question. Is it just yesterday's Black Friday deals that are on offer until Wednesday? Yes, Karen. We'll leave them on until Wednesday for you, sweetheart. Stay safe, everyone. See you later. Bye.